Hello everyone, this is Katerina speaking, and I'll bring you the energy update and light language to go with it. And my goodness, I don't know if you can feel it as well. This fiery full moon on Sunday in Aries is really, really building up that energy already. And I can feel that, there's literally electrifying energies in the air, and there are tons of solar flares to go with it. So we have a really active moon. And the moon is energetically speaking more feminine energy, and Aries is assigned to more male energy. So it's a really intense combination together with the solar flares, and it's kick-starting the energies now for another level. We also have the day after the 10-10 portal, and we're getting loads and loads of new energies coming in. And I have this picture, we're walking up the mountain towards the top for Christmas. And now we've really reached another level where you can see far wider and further, and you're like, oh my God, what's going to happen here? And the energies coming in is absolutely good news. And I thought, oh, thanks God. I felt with those 6 retrogrades in September and the Mercury retrograde, I think it was a real deep dive for us on a personal level, for the collective, with the passing of the Queen, other big collective events. And that's also showing us these ascension frequencies are now hitting the collective. They're now far more tangible in the outer reality. And it's like there's wave after wave after wave, so we can't lose momentum. And with the 6 retrograde, my guide said it was really good that we rested and purged to be able to now to take all the goodies on. And the goodies are for this fiery full moon and 10-10 gateway. It is more the energy of renewal. I know we in the northern hemisphere are in autumn, and in the southern hemisphere you're in spring. But overall, it is such a fresh new wave of vitality, renewal. So no matter where you are, you will receive that and feel like, oh my God, it's autumn, but I feel like I'm bouncy again. I don't know how you feel. I always find it tricky to make that shift from summer to autumn. And then once I'm in autumn, kind of get rolling, I get used to the longer, darker nights and the cold. But it feels like energetically, my guides say, we're getting a dose of spring no matter what. And for those of you who are in the southern hemisphere, they're saying it's going to be a promising spring that really brings that, they're saying that it's bringing in a new wave of new earth living. The foundations have been built, and now we're building the first story, the first house or level of the house. So it's becoming more tangible. And for those of you who feel like, oh my God, I can't really relate what's happening with me, some of you may feel, oh, I'm between the old and the new. And at the moment, I feel like that's almost like a constant feeling, because we receive energy, shift, change, and whoa, who am I? And receive a new wave of energy, shift, change, and whom am I? And it can also feel like it's an ongoing theme where it's like, when am I really going to get out of this? And I think amplified by those 6 retrogrades, which at least the Mercury retrograde is over since the 2nd of October, that brings that speedy momentum back on. And if you feel like it's more a tug of war and it feels slower, they are assuring me, they're saying, this full moon and the 10-10 gateway, it's like the shoot when you do running, it's like boom, and now everybody's up and running and racing forward towards Christmas. And it's also kick-starting the 2nd eclipse season. The first one was in April and May this year, which I already felt was a massive change. And I've tried to tune in now, who was I then and who am I now? And I'm like, oh my God, can it only be 6 months? It feels much, much longer. And you may also feel that your perception of time is really changing. And normally I'm quite good. You see, I never wear a watch. But at the moment it's like, what did I do yesterday or 2 days ago? Or sometimes all those several days merge into one, and I thought, yeah, within those couple of days certain things happened, but I couldn't pinpoint what happened when. And that feeling of time is merging, elusive, is when your body is upgrading really quickly, while rewiring itself at the same time. So you could also say it's a collapse of old brain wave or pathways in the brain that are collapsing and shifting and changing, and you're now receiving the new intel, and then you're able to write it more again. And my guides have been saying for this period now, because it's going to be really full on from now till the 11th of November, because we have the fiery full moon on the 9th, the 1010 gateway, we have the solar eclipse, the lunar eclipse, and then we have the 11/11. So within those 4 weeks, like boom, 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 oh my God. And I also do an event in October and November. It's on my website. I'll put the links in the comments. And I thought, oh my God, I've tuned into it, and I thought, I can't quite comprehend the vastness. And the celestial realms are reaching out on a cosmical level. The interdimensional communication is so much more expanded, and October is always the month where the veils are thinning. You know, that's why we have Halloween, the time where we usually were to celebrate our ancestors, because they would be able to come through more. And the same applies to our guides, and we get so many beautiful codes coming in, and I thought within 4 weeks is like I can't even comprehend the intensity of the codes that come our way. And they're golden solar light codes, crystalline frequencies. They're codes that strengthen our resilience, inner courage, that we are able and dare to go beyond our comfort zone, because those energies clearly invite us. I don't know, I think I'd love to take it as an invitation. It's like, yeah, all right, go further. And otherwise it's like you're shoved out of your comfort zone. It's like, come on, let's try this. Like, oh my God, I try. And my guide said earlier, you know, always remember, you know, when you see the rainbow, there's a pot of gold on each side where you can see that. It's like, you know, when you're out the transformation, the next wave, then you can feel lighter, brighter, more cheery. And that's also what I have noticed. The time of processing is so quickening. You know, normally one of those waves, it would be 3, 5, 7, 10 days, even more. And now it's like, well, if you have a day or two, you're lucky, or it merges into hours. And it feels like it's also part of that letting go of any concepts how it used to be, because that is no more. And the overall energy, those of you who are drawn to my messages and resonate with the frequencies, you're very likely to be 70 and beyond already. And I spoke to my guides about it, and I said, I find it really hard to believe, like our old description of what is 3D, 40, 5D, 70 and beyond. And I said, it doesn't really resonate in the same way anymore. And my guide said, Katerina, it's like the divine source creator is sending out a high pulse of energy. And you know those champagne fountains, you have one glass on the top, you pour it in there, and then it fills all glasses at the same time. And that means the creator is pouring it in, and then it goes everywhere. And so say Ashtar was initially 9D and he's now 12D. So whomever you're working with, they are increasing in frequency, and that allows you to go higher. So all beings throughout the universe or multiverses, we all have gone higher. It's not just us on Earth catching up, like, whoa, shit, out of 3D, 4D, 5D, whatever, you know, now we're much higher. It's like, no, we also go higher as this entire universe is going. So if you feel, you hear all these numbers and it feels a bit out of sync, that might be the explanation to see the whole universe is upgrading, and we are upgrading with it very strongly. So, and I feel like due to various factors, Earth was lagging behind, and it's like we are now speed processing and speed aligning to then be really in the same zone as the rest of the universe that strongly works with us. And those of you who are really well weathered with shifts and changes, maybe help those around you to explain, you know, how does this feel and stuff. Sometimes it's hard to remember what it was like at the beginning. It's like, whoa, I feel so out of sorts and I can't sleep and I'm irritated, I'm annoyed. I can't bear sounds and smells overwhelm me. You know, this whole sensory experience in those times of extreme shifts can be overwhelming. And then to know, all right, that's going to settle down again. It's not going to stay like this for the rest of days. And certain foods really help with those high activations we receive in our pineal gland, in our crown chakra, soul star, and beyond. And whenever you feel you have too much buzzing up here, focus on your feet and your earth star, because that's where it needs to go. It's like when lightning strikes, it needs to go into the ground. You know, it's like the lightning rod we have on the house. That's also our spinal column. So remember, that's like, all right, it just needs to go through and down. And star seeds and empath light workers are extremely receptive and are going to be super activated. Also, depending on what I keep talking about, the different timeline choices we made. Slow, medium, quick, maybe super quick. And with that, these portals now this weekend on Sunday and Monday, and then for the solar lunar eclipse till the 11/11, and now it's 11/11 on my recording. In that time period, it's really a vast timeline shift change, and that can also affect the collective, because we are now so many more people that are starting to co-create very actively. And it's like, oh, we have visions, we are interlinking in a network, so the bounce of that frequency plus the higher energies coming in is creating a more and more beautiful momentum. So that's really exciting. And before I get talking too much, let's see what light language is going to come in for you. And as per usual, you can put your hands over your heart, align with the golden web of life and the high vibrational beings, and may it serve the highest and greatest good. Iashki kesi se na na ma ashka kasi se na na ha 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 ka shk nsk 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 kiashki ke se na ma ha iashki ke na na ma ha iashki ke se na ma kia kaka ashki sk nsk 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 kaka sa na miashka ka na na masa niwana Niwashkiana namasa, miwasa sanamaha, miwasa sanamaha, yashkikina, yashkiki sisina namaha, yashkiki siana namaha, niwakakasa sanamaha. Yeshkiki sisi na maha kiki sasanama. Yeshkiki sisi na ma sasa kia shasha ki ishkakana masa ki ishkaka sasa na ma miwakakana. Niwiana, niwiana, niwiana. Yeshkaka sasana namaha. Iashkaka sasana namaha. Miwi sisina. Miwi sisina namaha. Akiki sisina namaha. Akiki sisina namaha. Yashkikina. Yashkiki sasana namaha. Niwi namasa. Niwi namasa. Yashkaka sasa na maha. Miwiki ki si nanamaha. Si nanamaha. Miwashka kana. Miwashki ki si nanamaha. Yashki ki si namaha. Niwakaka sasa na mama kaka sasa. Yashki sakanamaha. Sakaka namaha. Iyakiki nanamaha. Iyakiki si namaha. Miwashka kasa sana namaha. Miwashka kasa sana maha. Aka, aka, aka. Aka, aka, aka. Blessed be, so it be, and so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll start with the end, and it was so funny. It's the Pleiades, but it's a part of the Pleiades I connect with, and they call themselves the Funky Space Brothers. And they said, you know, October is the cocktail hour. The whole of October is the cosmic cocktail hour, so really enjoy. And they said the more you celebrate those changes and the more you get excited about it. And they said, isn't it, you had a hard week and then you go on a Friday night and you have that cocktail hour and you just want to party and forget about it all. And they said, really approach October like this. You know, no matter what comes, it's like, you know, celebration, fun. It really serves a higher purpose. And they said they're really happy to support each and every one to feel that bouncy, happy energy. And then the beginning was the dragons that are recoding our body, and the dragons are stepping forward tremendously. So in the October activation, we work with stargates and the dragon activations that really help also protect your energy, expand your energy, and really help also to embody that I am present, you know, the mighty I am that I am. They're helping. The moon was soothing, and she's like, you know, I know it's going to be a fiery Aries energy, but she's like, I still help um, to soothe your fields and bring it all together. And I could feel that beautiful white energy streaming in, white, golden, silvery frequencies. And she's like, you know, don't worry about it. It's going to be great. It's going to feel amazing. And it's like a bath, you know, I lived in Sweden. It's like when you wake up on a morning and you have that crystal clear, fresh snow everywhere. That's that feeling, you know. And she's saying she's helping us to clear the slate. So we really feel like this fresh new beginning across the board for everyone. And then we also had the dolphins. The whales were in the background. It's like, yeah, the cheery ones step forward today. So the dolphins are present, and also the whole oceanic life, because they can already feel those frequencies. And I wish you now a most wonderful, magical, mesmerizing weekend. And I see you hopefully in the October activation, and sending you bright blessings and namaste.